Hi everyone, we're going to transform the square root parent function. I'm going to go ahead and do two of these. The first one is going to be g of x equals the square root of x minus 2 plus 1. And I also wanted to do a reflection one. So I'm going to do h of x equals square root of negative x minus 2. Now this would be a horizontal shift right by 2 units and a vertical shift upward by 1 unit. And for this one, it's going to be this negative in here. It's going to be reflect about the y axis. And we're also going to do a vertical shift downwards by 2 units. Okay, so let's start with the first one. The first one, we have, I'm going to go ahead and do the first, the parent function. So this is g. And basically, if I just do a table of values here, we have to start with 0 because the domain is x is greater than or equal to 0. And I'm going to go ahead and put 1 and 4 here. So we get 0, square root that, and you get this. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 goes to 2. So there's the parent function. Now, the next step is to shift this to the right by 2. So my 0, if I shift to the right by 2, my x, I'm just adding 2 to these. So what we're going to get is 2, 3, and 6. So I got 2 goes to 0, 3, and we keep the y the same. And 3 is going to go to 1, and 6, I think I started wrong. Okay, so 2, 0, 3 goes to 1, and then 6 is going to go to up here. And so here it is, something like that. Just kind of shift it. And then the next thing we're going to do is shift this up. So the red one was g of x equals the square root of x minus 2. And then the last thing we're going to do is shift it up by 1. So basically what I'm going to do is take my y here, or my g of x, I'm going to add 1 to it. So if I add 1 to this, I'm going to get 1, 2, and 3. So basically I can plot these points. So 2, 1, 3, 2, and 6, 3, and you're going to get your graph. So 2, 1, 3, 2, and 6, 3. And there is your graph. That's the full transformation. Now the next one I want to do is just the vertical shift. So we want to do h of x equals the square root of negative x minus 2. Basically, I'm going to go ahead and graph the original here. 1, 3, 4 goes to 2, so something like that. Now what we're going to do is reflect this about the y-axis. So if I reflect this over the y-axis, you're going to get, you're just going to change it over to this side. So h of x, you just switch it, the signs here. Reflect it over the y, you make the x values opposite. So you keep the y's the same. 3, 4 goes to 2. I guess that's right. Okay, so there that is. Alright, I reflected over the y. And so what we have for our table of values on this part is originally we had 0, 1, and 2, which mapped to 0, 1, and, well, actually this is 4, and 2. And when you do the negative x, you just change the values. So we had negative x, which could be 0, negative 1, negative 4, but you kept your y values the same. And now we're going to shift this down by 2 units. So basically what we do is we're going to subtract 2 from both sides, from the y. And you're going to get negative 2, negative 1, and 0. So I'm going to use these points to graph my new function. 0, negative 2, and these two. Negative 1, negative 1, negative 4, 0. This is actually just getting a, you could kind of do this more visually if you want. And then negative 4, 2, 3, 4 to 0. So there is your graph. Okay? And this would be 0, negative 2. This one's negative 1, negative 1. And this is negative 4, 0. And that's all. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.